Hi everyone, it's Lynda here from Banjo's Bead House with our weekly Facebook Live video, just coming to you very early for this February morning, and it's our first Facebook Live for 2025. And I thought I'd come to you this week with a customer question that's come up, and I've also seen it pop up in the Bead Society Victoria members chat. What is the difference between a Storm Duo bead and a Wave Duo bead? So they are both a 2-hole shaped bead. They are both an S-shaped bead. They are both around the 7 to 3 millimeter mark, although my Storm Duo, I should say, when I show you the sample, is actually looking slightly bigger. They're both interchangeable to be able to use in design. So if you think of things like the Gem Duo and the Diamond Duo and the Zollies and the Paisleys, where you can interchange them, you just need to be aware of differences in them. The Waves and the Storms are very much the same. The primary difference between them is that the Wave bead has a rounded top the way the Super Duo bead does, whereas the Storm Duo bead is very flat. So something you may want to take into consideration when you're doing some of the designs is that you need to have that factored in when you're playing around. But other than that, you can use them pretty much interchangeably. The Wave, I think, only has about 20 something odd colors. The Storm's got a lot more colors. I'm going to put links to the two collections on our website, and I've also found a free pattern from Deborah Birdie for you guys to be able to play with, to try out either one in a fun earring design. So I'm going to tip you guys down and we will take a look at these two beads. Okay, remember to hit the transition button. So the purple bead is a Storm Duo and the silver is a Wave Duo. So as you can see from the needles sitting inside them, the holes do actually line up. My needles are just not playing ball. They are a similar size, but the Storm is maybe more close to the 8 if this is the 7. I haven't got the caliper out on them. I know this was an early Wave. They may have slightly tweaked it since then, but this is just one I had in my stash, whereas this has just arrived last month. So you can see here the Storm, which we'll start with, lovely smooth top. It's got the S shape to it. You can use them interchangeably, so whichever direction you want to put your S in. They are a fun bead to play with. If you received our January 23 inspiration box, we actually had Storm Duos in them because that was about the time that the Wave and the Storm were launched. They were launched very similar times. Whereas the Wave bead, as you can see on the side, there is just that slight doming to the top versus the very flat on the Storm. That is primarily the difference between the two. Other than that, as I said, you can use them pretty much interchangeably in your designs. They do lock in really, really nicely. Easier to see with the purple on this mat. You can have them sitting really nicely joined together, or if you want to create more of a kind of effect, you could have and these really do not want to play ball today. You could also have them sitting in opposing directions. You could join them up, create some fun patterns, along that sort of line. I'll leave it for you guys to have more playtime with, but that is essentially a Storm Duo versus a Wave bead. As I said, I've used them interchangeably the few times that I have played around them in patterns. They are a fun little shape. They do add a little different dimension, and really the only big difference is that this one's got a slightly domed top and this one's completely flat. So that is it for me for the first live for this year. I hope that has helped answer questions on the difference between the two. I hope you have fun downloading the pattern, which I will drop up shortly. And as always, if there's any questions or things you'd like to see, please drop me a line and I will do my best to answer. And I will see you guys next Friday with our next Facebook Live. Bye for now.